Okay, Ben, inducted into the Hurricanes Wall of Honor. What does it mean to you?
Oh, it's a huge honor. When Pete called me a couple months ago, it didn't really sink in until the last couple weeks, and I look at the names on the board and the history here, and it's kind of a hometown for me, so it's a massive honor.
When you think back to your playing time, you spent a long time as a Lethbridge Hurricane. What stands out?
Yeah, it was. I played parts of 6 seasons, so it was a long time. The biggest thing that stuck out to me was probably our run in the playoffs in 2008. We ended up losing in the WHL finals to Spokane Chiefs, who actually Bill Peters coached. So it was a little hard to see him, but he bugs me so a little bit. But no, it was an awesome time. I made some awesome friends. We had great coaching, and it was a great time playing here.
You mentioned being kind of a hometown guy, a foremost kid that was drafted by the Hurricanes and spent your entire junior career. What was it kind of like growing up and watching, I'm sure, and then being able to play for the Hurricanes? Yeah,
it was pretty cool. I grew up in a very small town, so didn't have a lot of exposure outside of it. And, when you get drafted, you don't really think much of it. And then, you play when you're 15 and your eyes are pretty wide open. And then at 16, you start getting more and more game time, and 17, 18, and it's like it was just unbelievable experience for me, and especially being so close to home where friends and family could always come up and watch was pretty special.
Named the captain, spent 2 seasons as the captain, including the run to the final. What did it mean to don the C?
Oh, it was pretty special. I wasn't expecting it at all, to be honest with you. I kind of am pretty humble and keep my cards close to myself. So, when they announced it, it was a pretty special moment for me.
Players always talk about runs being kind of the standout. What do you remember about that run to the final in 08, the U-Haul chants and things like that along the way?
Yeah, the city really got behind us. It was awesome. The crowds were absolutely electric, especially going into the second round and the third round, and then the finals. The city was absolutely fantastic. We had some unbelievable players. We had 3 or 4 guys drafted in the first round in NHL, and then U-Haul came in, and he was just a rock for us. He was one of our best players, and it was a pretty special time in my life.
When you think about that team, you mentioned some of the players, Mitch Fadden, of course, Zach Boychuk, Carter Banks, who's here today. Maybe talk about playing with guys like that and the camaraderie on that team.
Yeah, it sure makes it easy to play when you're surrounded with great players and great people, and especially great coaching, like with Mike Dick, Matt Kabayama, Jason Ruff. They taught me a lot about life. I kind of came in as a boy and left as a man, and yeah, the great players. I still talk to a lot of those guys today. A lot of them played in the NHL and made careers after. Even Carter, he played 11 years in the American League, and they just had a passion for the game, and they had great character, and it was awesome to surround myself with people like that.
What are you up to now? Still local, so what's Ben Wright doing in 2025?
Yeah, I live in Lethbridgeshire. I've got a wife and 3 kids. My oldest boy's in hockey. The 2 younger girls are in every other sport, so it is busy. I'm a contractor in town here. I got a construction business, so yeah, we're staying very busy, and it's been awesome. I love Lethbridge.
You didn't play a long pro career. You went to university for 4 years at University of New Brunswick and won a couple of university cups. To be able to have this moment in the Wall of Honor for your kids who didn't get to see you play, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. They were pretty pumped when they heard, and they get to go on the ice today and the luncheon up there. It's really special because, like you said, they didn't get to see me play, and I don't really talk about it much. My boy plays hockey, and I just want him to pave his own way, and I don't really talk to him about it much. So when he gets opportunities like this, he is pretty pumped up and jumps all over it.
How often do you get to come to games? I know we see your name around a little bit. Still involved?
I try to get to as many games as I can, but with 3 kids, and they're all young, so it's hard with the late starts. But we've probably come to, I would say, 10 games this year. We're going to try and get to most of them, and hopefully big playoff run. I'll try and get to most of the games.
How much fun is it to watch it from a fan perspective now, and to watch the league that you played in for so long?
Yeah, it's the game has changed a lot. It's so much faster now and less physical, but the guys are so skilled, and it's really fun to watch them, how much the game has progressed, and how the players, they have this dressing room now, how they prepare and how they are able to the team's giving them every opportunity to be successful. So it's awesome to watch.
Think you could still play in the league now?
I don't know if I could. I was a little bit of a slower, rough and tumble type of player, so I would probably take a lot of hooking and tripping penalties. But just stay in good position. Like maybe handle myself a couple shifts out there, drop the gloves maybe.
Congrats on this.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
You talked a little bit there just about how the game has changed. Do you feel like the team still has that same kind of core, that heart that it did when you played?
Yeah, for sure it does, and especially when you got a coach like Bill Peters. I had an opportunity to play for him in a little bit of the Alberta Cup it was called, and I remember his intensity was through the roof, and so I see that on the team, and he's going to lead this team to some pretty good success here.